screen here, but I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. Let me adjust this for YouTube. And we are officially, you guys, in the Recruiting Live Show. So excited to be with you. We've got a lot to talk about. You guys know we got a lot to talk about. Instagram, thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. This is the Recruiting Live Show. We do this every single Tuesday. If you see me looking behind you, that's because YouTube's right there, and we got to rock with them too. So thank you guys for coming on in with us. We do this every single Tuesday. It is your time. It is your time. If you are a young college football player, if you are a coach, if you are a parent of a college or aspiring college football player, then this is the place to be. Okay, this is the place to be. Before you go pro, serves athletes that want to get to the next level. And we give a lot of game, you guys. We give a lot of game here in the Recruiting Live Show. So thank you, Instagram, for joining us. YouTube, as always, love you guys. Thank you for joining us. So let's get into the presentation tonight. We've got a lot to talk about, you guys, because the early signing period is tomorrow, right? The early signing period is tomorrow. Many of you guys are looking to put pen to paper. Many of you guys are looking for that dream to come to fruition, right? So we want to help you get there, and that's what this is all about. I see the great Coach Eric Foss joining us. He says, big night, you guys in here. Make sure you take notes. Great advice right there, Coach Foss. And then he says, subscribe and like, you guys. Subscribe and like, because then you guys get all the notifications. I see you, Grant Winters. That's one of our new superstars out of New Hampshire. He is somebody that's going to come after your quarterback. He is a bloodhound on the football field, you guys. Defensive lineman, East Coast, and just got his first opportunity to play at the Division I level today. So what's up, Grant? We see you. If you do want to see the slides, then go to the link in our bio so you can get with us on YouTube. So let's get into it, you guys. We're excited about tonight. I see the great Sadike Green Jr., superstar out of California, wide receiver. And let's see, Skip saying the chat is disabled. For some reason, it shouldn't be disabled, Skip. So hopefully... Okay, it's not disabled because I see Chris in there too. Sometimes it's the device you're on. Sometimes it's the device you're on, okay? So let's get after it. I see the great Sadike coming in. I see Chris, superstar dad. He's got a superstar in his house, Big Bubba. He'll come after your quarterback too. He's out in Nevada starting to get some interest. So there's some cool things going on, and I want to get into the business of this. I want to get into the business of recruiting. Instagram. I see Red. What's going on? That is actually my mother-in-law. Love you guys. I see Red K. Napper. What's going on, superstar? We're talking college football recruiting with Before You Go Pro. If you want to see what we're sharing with YouTube, go to the link in our bio. So, you guys, we're to that time, right? We're to that time where some of you guys have already gotten to the bag. Some of you guys are still looking to get to the bag. Cool V, what's going on? That is actually the father of a superstar quarterback out of California, and he's going to some big-time places, got a bright future in front of him too. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate you guys. So let's get back into it, you guys. I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. I'm a lifer. I'm a lifer when it comes to football. I've been around football my whole life, really as long as I can remember. There was a football in the crib. My grandfather is a Hall of Famer. Rest in peace. His name is Willie Wood. Played in the Green Bay Packers, Vince Lombardi days, free safety. Played quarterback, actually the first black quarterback to ever play at USC. You see him on the screen there. That's me tackling the Oregon Duck in the Colorado uniform. I played at the University of Colorado, Instagram, and it was a hell of a journey. It was a hell of a journey, and it came with highs and lows, you guys. It wasn't all peaches and cream. It wasn't all red carpet, and that's part of the reason why we're in this podcast tonight. You know, I didn't necessarily have trouble getting to the scholarship offer, but I had trouble and highs and lows after I got the scholarship offer. So we cover many things with Before You Go Pro. Tonight we're talking recruiting, but there's things that's going to come up for you guys after you get that scholarship offer too. So with Before You Go Pro, you guys, we work with athletes across the country. Some of them are currently watching tonight. Joey Garza, I see you. We're talking college football recruiting. Signing day tomorrow. You're with Coach Wood. Before You Go Pro. Skip, I see you. So you guys, We help athletes across the country. This is truly a labor of love for my team and for myself. There's early mornings and there's late nights. There's a lot of calls, DMs, emails, but we love it because we get a chance to see you guys have your dreams come true. Your dreams of playing college football. And guess what? Those dreams are well worth it, you guys. All the work that you guys are putting in, believe me, as somebody that's lived your dream that you want to accomplish, it's well worth it. All of the work, Instagram, you forget about when you run out on that college football field. All of those wind sprints, YouTube, you forget about when you go on that college football field. All right. So I want you guys to feel the same thing that I got a chance to feel. And these are some of the athletes that we have worked with throughout the years. And we have athletes playing in the pros all the way down, you guys, to the NAIA level. And once again, this is our ministry. It's a labor of love. So right here, you guys see Coach Cormier. He's saying, hey, Terrence, that's myself. Coach Wood is someone that I've known for almost 30 years now. He's very passionate, if you can't tell, Instagram, about Asa, I see you, baby. We're talking college football recruiting. He's very passionate about helping young football players reach their goals in life. Before you go pro is a great tool for any parent or athlete that has aspirations of playing at the college football level. So right there, that's an FBS coach. That's a Division I coach saying that he believes what we're giving you is a great tool. And you guys know what tools are. They're only as good as the person using it, right? So hopefully you guys are superstars that we're talking to tonight. So who is this for? Who is this for, you guys? This is for the young man that you see on the screen right here, the young man that knows what he wants and he's willing to listen and go get it, and he wants to go play some college football. You don't have to be someone that has to play at the Power 5 level. Darnell, I see you. We're talking college football recruiting. You're with Coach Terrence Wood. Early signing period tomorrow. YouTube, you don't have to be somebody that wants to play at the Power 5 level or has Power 5 talent to work with us or benefit from what we're sharing with you guys tonight. We're just looking for anybody that's willing to play at any level and willing to put in the work. If you're willing to play at any level of college football, you got a little talent and you're willing to put in the work, then we're going to give you what you need to know so that that can happen. Now, I'm not a sorcerer. I'm not a magician. I'm not God. I can't tell you the date and the exact time that that will happen for you. But I can tell you that if you listen to the principles, you listen to the education, then eventually you're going to get there, you guys. And we're going to talk about that tonight, okay? So that's who this is for. That's who the College Football Recruiting Live Show is for. Now, Instagram, you guys can't see all the slides that I'm showing on YouTube. So if you guys do want to see it, you're going to get a ton of value just from listening. But if you do want to see what I'm showing on YouTube, then hit the link in our bio and you can join us on the other side for the College Football Recruiting Live Show. To Petty, I see you, superstar. Thank you for joining us. Now, you guys, the one thing that we know with before you go pro that a lot of athletes and parents don't fully realize that you guys, I feel like I didn't fully realize it, is the amount of journey that's left, the amount of things that can go sideways, the amount of highs and lows after you get to the scholarship offer. After you get to the opportunity to go off to that university and get your boots on campus. I see the great Ernest coming out of Texas. Thank you for joining us. We're talking college football recruiting. So, you guys, there's a lot of journey that takes place after you sign the scholarship offer. And that's one of the things that I'm most proud about with our program is that we're there for it all, baby. We want all of it. You know, we don't just want to get you off to college and wave by and hope that you swim. We want to make sure that you're ready for it before you go. And then we want to support you once you get there because, hey, Coach Jay, I see the great Coach Jannard James came to our program. One of our team members played running back at Sac State, and he's the truth, and he's training in Texas. And once again, I talk fraternity to you guys. I talk about what this is all about. It's bigger than recruiting. It's bigger than recruiting. So, you guys, there's a journey ahead. All right? There's a journey ahead. Check out this guy right here. This is the great Jacob Day I've known him since he was a baby in high school. Baby in high school. Today, this is where he's at. Today, he's a USA Today college football All-American. Today, as we speak, as we're on this show, Instagram, as we're on this show, YouTube, Jacob DeJesus is a college football All-American. But guess what? I've known Jacob since he was a baller in high school, but still nobody wanted to give him a scholarship at the Division I level. And even when we seen him his sophomore year in high school, we rated him and evaluated him at that level. But for whatever the reason, the market didn't agree with us at the time, Instagram. The market didn't agree with us at the time, YouTube. But he trusted it. We trusted it. And we figured out our strategy and our way to get to where he is today, which is a college football All-American. I remember him when he was at Manteca and he was going, that's him right there in the middle. Now, Instagram, if you want to see these slides, click the link in our bio. We're live right now on YouTube. That's him right there with the arrow over his head. He was in high school. He was a baby. We were rocking with him then. And then guess what? We were rocking with him when he went from high school to Monterey JC. And he told me that he had got his girlfriend pregnant. And this is his beautiful family today. And guess what? He continued to believe in himself. He continued to listen to the support and guidance. He continued to work his ass off. And see where he's at today. He's got his whole family on Channel 5 News in in Las Vegas, and became a college football All-American, you guys. So that's the part of the journey that you don't see, that I already know is maybe going to play out for some of you guys. That's the part of the journey that many of you guys don't know or see, Instagram. And we want to be here for every part of it, you guys. But once again, tonight, what's tonight about? Tonight is about finding out how to get to that college scholarship offer, finding out how to get to that PWO, that preferred walk-on opportunity, finding out how to get your foot in the door where you can take it from there. All right, that's what tonight's about. All right, so we got tomorrow the early signing period, you guys. The early signing period is officially here. It is absolutely crazy to me how fast 2023 has gone. I see the great Skip Winters, that is the father of Grant. Excuse me, says, Coach, here we are thankful for you. Helped you get today's offer. Yes. His son Grant got an offer to play for Wagner University at FCS Division I program today. Great school on the East Coast, and we want to help many of you guys do that as well. And many of you guys are getting a little anxious, but that's what this is about. That's what the College Football Recruiting Live Show is all about. We're going to talk about it all, baby. And then if you got questions, the comment box is open. The comment section is open. If you're on Instagram, we're talking college football recruiting, you got to go on YouTube, hit the link in our bio if you want to ask any comments or see the slides, okay? So, early signing period literally tomorrow. Now, depending on who's watching this and when you're watching this, some of you guys may be watching this recorded. So this is December 19th, 2023. Early signing period starts tomorrow, December 20th. It's the first time that the class of 2024 can put pen to paper and make things official, okay? But here's what I want to tell you. Here's what I want to tell you, because I know a lot of you guys listening, whether live or recorded Instagram, a lot of you guys don't have anything, or a lot of you guys don't have necessarily what you want as far as a college football opportunity, and that's okay. That's okay. You guys see that the early signing period is coming tomorrow, but that does not mean you have to sign tomorrow. That does not mean that all of the opportunity ends. The sand runs out of I forgot what that thing is called, where you flip it over and the sand comes out. It doesn't mean it runs all out tomorrow. Okay. So we want to talk about it. The early signing period, you guys, was never intended to be the main signing period. Instagram, when they started the early signing period, I don't know what it was, maybe 6 years ago or something. It was never intended to be the main signing period. People got anxious. We're in the microwave era where everybody wants everything fast. The college coaches want to get done with recruiting fast. The kids want to sign fast. Now everybody started to use the early signing period as like the regular signing period. It was never intended to be the regular signing period. And part of the reason, you guys, why we have so many issues today where we're getting schools that are getting the wrong coaches because they're rushing to hire coaches. Why? To get them in place for the early signing period. And where we've got athletes in the transfer portal like it's going out of style. Why are there so many athletes in the transfer portal? Yeah, there's NIL, there's coaching changes, there's things like that. But a lot of athletes are just choosing the wrong school. Why are they choosing the wrong school? Because they're rushing the decisions. They're rushing the decision, you guys. So the early period is tomorrow, but we want to talk about this. And really, more than anything, you guys, I want you to do what you see on the screen right here. Now, Instagram, you guys can't see this, so you got to go to the link in our bio and click on the Recruiting Live Show link. But I want you guys to do what you see right here on the screen. I want you to relax. I want you to relax. I know that's easier said than done in today's society. I know that's easier said than done when many of you guys may be looking in somebody else's lane, or you knew you whooped up on this opponent from this school and he's already got his offer. I know it's easier said than done because I was in your shoes, but I need you to relax. I need you to relax, okay? And then if you're with us, whether you're watching this live or recorded, then we're already talking about your situation. I've probably already told you to relax. You guys, if you're with us, I'm going to tell you if you need to get nervous or if you need to stress. Now, if you're not with us and you're watching this, then I will let you know on the show when you need to get nervous or you need to stress, but it's going to be on you to be proactive. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to relax. It doesn't matter who's getting theirs tomorrow. You're going to get yours too, as long as you work the process. Okay, and once again, a lot of coaches are not actually happy about the fact that we even have an early period. I think you guys pretty soon we will have a situation where the early period will be either pushed back or it will be totally eliminated. It will be totally eliminated. FaZe, I see you. This is Coach Wood. You're with us before you go pro, the college football recruiting live show. If you want to see the slides that we're sharing with YouTube, then go to the link in our bio, baby. But early signing period tomorrow, we're talking college football recruiting. You guys, a lot of the coaches are not happy about the early period. They were at first. They thought it would be a great idea because they could get done with recruiting earlier. But guess what? Now they've got way too much stuff on their plate. That's why you heard Chip Kelly come out. You look at this slide right here. This is the coach. I think his name is Lashley or Lavishy. He's the head coach at SMU. Think about everything on his plate. And that's why I wanted to talk to you guys tonight. I was eager to talk to you guys tonight because tomorrow is the early signing period. But tonight we can ask questions. Tonight we can get educated about what's going on in the industry. Tonight we can relax and maybe calm down. Tonight we can develop our strategy for our own personal selves. Okay, so we can get to the bag. All right. So think about Coach Lashley or Lavishy. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's the head coach at SMU. Think about literally everything on his plate. He's getting ready for a bowl game that's on the 27th Instagram. He's getting ready for, he's trying to fend off people that are maybe trying to poach some of his kids and get his kids to go into the transfer portal. He's looking into the transfer portal to see who he wants. He's dealing with recruiting at the high school and junior college level because he knows the early period starts tomorrow. He's got to listen to this kid and this parent over here that wants some NIL. It's just too much. It's too much right now for these coaches, you guys. So there's a lot of things that are playing behind the scenes that a lot of you guys aren't even aware of. And that's why we want to talk about tonight. Now, I want to be honest with you guys, because I think that a lot of you high school athletes, a lot of you junior college athletes, I think that the industry, and we're going to be talking more about this. Coach Foss and I have already talked about this, but we don't think that the industry has been fully transparent with you guys, fully transparent about the priorities of some of these coaches and their coaching staffs as we speak, as we roll into this early signing period. You guys, this is their priorities. And how do I know this? I know this because I talk to these guys on a daily basis. Coach Foss talks to these guys on a daily basis. Instagram, college football recruiters, college football coaches, player development people, player personnel people. We talk to these people every week. This is now a lot of times, you guys, when I'm talking to you, I'm going to be talking mostly from a Division One mindset. From a Division One mindset. Why? Because that is the mindset, or excuse me, that is the level Instagram where you have to be the most strategic, especially if you're a high school athlete. And then that is also the level, you guys, where there's the most politics. There's the most politics, and things are crazy right now. All right. So I want to talk to you guys on a Division One mindset level, and then you guys who may be Division Two athletes, Division Three athletes, NAIA athletes, you guys can also get value from this and think about this in your own personal situations or some of the schools you're looking at. Okay. So let's talk about it. As far as the Division One schools right now, man, this is where most of their priority is. It's with their current team, trying to figure out who is going to be on their current team. And then they're going to the transfer portal. That's where a lot of the percentage of their focus, their bandwidth is. And then they're looking at those high school and JC athletes, you guys. And then when we're talking Division One, and let's say we're talking the highest level, let's say we're talking Power Five, by the time they get to really paying attention to the high school athletes, the ones they're paying attention to are the 5- and 4-star kids, and maybe a high-level 3-star kid. All right? I'm being honest with you, Instagram. I'm being honest with you, YouTube. Okay? That doesn't mean yours isn't coming. That doesn't mean yours can't happen. It means that you got to be smart. It means you got to be smarter than you did back in my day. Okay. I went to the University of Colorado, you guys. And to be honest with you, Instagram, I think that if I was coming out today, because I was kind of like a 3-star recruit, I think if I was coming out today, I probably would have ended up at a Mountain West level school, a Colorado State, a San Diego State, a San Jose State. All right. Because they are taking less high school athletes. You have to be better in high school today. If anybody's telling you different, then they're crazy. So back in the day where you guys could poo-poo getting help, you could poo-poo trying to get some a recruiter to help your recruiting service. You better be careful today. You may want to consider it today if you're not 5'4" or high 3-star level. Okay. And that's why many of you guys are with us, because at least we can talk about it. At least we can strategize. At least you've got more hands working for you. Okay. I see some people coming into the chat. What's up, Coach? Just joins the YT show. And this is Ari Redknapp PPR. Thank you, guys. Top D1 programs like Georgia relying on recruiting, not the portal. Okay, so we'll talk about ASU relies on the portal, but they lose. We're going to talk about that, Ari. We're going to talk about that because there's different philosophies. Okay, but thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing that up. So let's get into it. This is a lot of the schools that we're talking to. Coach Foss, he talks to a lot of our Division II, Division III, NAIA schools. Not as much of this at that level. Not as much of this at this level. I handle most of the FBS schools and the Power 5 schools. So I hear a lot of this, okay? So What I want a lot of you guys to do is just be honest with yourself so we can get to the money. Let's just be honest so we can get to the money and move faster, right? So I don't want you guys, if you don't have a Power 5 level offer right now, or you don't have Power 5 level interest, I don't want you to focus on Power 5 right now. Now, that may have always been your dream. That may have always been your goal. And guess what? You can still strategize to get there. But I don't want it to be your focus right now. First and foremost, you need to figure out if you're even a Division I level athlete. Because if you're not a Division I level athlete, then you need to be looking at Division II schools, Division III schools, and NAI schools. Now, let's say you are a Division I level athlete. You've been evaluated such and so, but you don't have a Power 5 level offer. Then at that point, you guys, we want to be looking at Group of 5 and FCS. We want to be looking at Group of 5 and FCS, and we still have to move fast on these schools. At the Power 5 level, they're going to be 80 to 90% done by tomorrow. 80 to 90% done. The top creams of the crop schools Instagram, your Clemson, your Ohio State, Michigan, they're going to be at 90% by tomorrow. Anything that they don't have by tomorrow, they're going to kind of know who's up next or where they can go get it. They're not just going to call somebody that Jim Harbaugh is not just going to call somebody that he's never called all of a sudden tomorrow. It's going to be somebody, if they don't get exactly what they want, they'll probably reserve some scholarships just in case a superstar somehow falls to them. But if they don't get something they need tomorrow, then they'll move somebody up on their board that they already knew about, and may have already contacted. All right. It's not going to be out the blue. So I don't want you, if you don't have any Power 5 interest right now, I don't want you to focus on Power 5 Instagram. Now, if you're with us on Instagram and you want to see the slides that we're showing on YouTube, you got to go to the link in our bio. But you're rocking with Coach Wood, and Before You Go Pro, the college football recruiting live show. All right. Because these schools already know who they want. These schools already know who they want. And that's okay. That's okay, you guys. Who the Power 5 schools will be signing. You got to look at this different now. College football recruiting is different now, Instagram. YouTube, college football recruiting is different. Sadite, David Walker, Bubba, Jesse, Chernette, Josiah, all of the kids we work with, Kane Cooks, Jasier, Lincoln, all of the kids that we work with, I just named, and the ones that I didn't name that you know I love. Recruiting's different now. Recruiting's different now, okay? I want you guys to be thinking, and that's why you come to the Recruiting Live Show. That's why you rock with Before You Go Pro, because we're going to put you up on the business savvy way of thinking, okay? The business athlete way of thinking. So today, the way that we're thinking about college football recruiting is no different than we're thinking about the NFL draft. The NFL draft, you guys. So with the NFL draft, what happens? The talent gets split. The talent is not all just drafted on one day. The talent gets split into different days, you guys. So when you guys think of the early signing period today, the early signing period today is like day one of the NFL draft, where you see Bijan Robinson right here. The early signing period is day one of the NFL draft, you guys. But there's other days to come. There's other days to come. So who are going to be the guys that are really, really frustrated? The guys that are really, really frustrated are going to be the guys like you see Aaron Rodgers right here. A lot of you guys are too young to remember. You guys just see Aaron Rodgers, the great. You see the guy with the Achilles injury right now. You see the guy who you know Instagram is eventually going to be going to the Hall of Fame. That's how you guys see Aaron Rodgers. But I know Aaron Rodgers as the guy who nobody wanted out of high school and had to go to junior college. I know Aaron Rodgers as the guy who thought he'd be the first quarterback picked in the first round, and he was the last quarterback get picked. in the first round. This picture that you guys see right here is Aaron Rodgers looking pissed off, sitting in the green room. And some of you guys are pissed off because you thought you were going Power 5 by now. You thought you were going Group of 5 by now. But guess what, baby? Didn't I show you at the beginning of this thing? It's a journey. Didn't I show you at the beginning of this thing that Jacob De Jesus had to go to junior college 2 years ago? But today, as we speak, he's a college football All-American. So you guys, relax, because yours is coming. You guys are individual contractors. We just need to find our individual strategy. We just need to find our individual strategy. And that's why you guys are rocking with us tonight, right? So if I am a Power 5, a legit Power 5 level kid, I've been evaluated as such, but I don't have it. Aaron Rodgers, at one point, Instagram, I see you, Coach John. We're talking college football recruiting. You're rocking with Coach Wood. This is the College Football Recruiting Live Show. We do it every single Tuesday, Coach. If you want to see the slides we're showing YouTube, because I keep looking behind you, go to the link in our bio. You can join us on YouTube. So, YouTube, you guys, believe it or not, there was a point in time nobody wanted Aaron Rodgers. There was a point in time nobody wanted Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. How do I know that? Because both those boys played AC football. And that was back in the day when everybody was going D1 out of high school. Now it's even tougher, especially as a high school kid. So if I'm a Power 5 level kid, legit Power 5 level kid, I've got the size, I've got the talent, I've got the grades, but for whatever reason, my time hasn't come yet, then I'm looking Group of 5 or FCS at this moment, and I'm pedal to the metal, you guys. I'm looking at conferences like this, all right? Now, if I've been evaluated and I'm a Group of 5 FCS guy, I may be looking low-level FCS or high-level D2. That doesn't mean you're going to be there all 4 years or 5 years, but that means that's how you're going to get your first one in your back pocket. That means that's how you're going to get your foot in the door to the closest level that you deserve to play at, you guys. All right. I'm just telling you guys the mindset and the processes that we work with before you go pro. So you should be looking at conferences like this if you're really a Group of 5 level kid, if you're really an FCS level kid, and you need to look now. But at the end of the day, once again, you just need to get your foot in the door. Like who? Like this guy right here. Like this guy right here. You guys can't see who I'm talking about, Instagram, but I'm talking about Brock Purdy. A lot of quarterbacks in the world, at the pro level, at the college level, at the high school level, at the little league level, would love to be Brock Purdy right now, or would love to manifest their career into a Brock Purdy projected career. All right? Well, guess what? Brock Purdy was not just the last quarterback drafted in the draft. He was the last player drafted in the draft. He was basically a free agent. He was basically a PWO, okay? But guess what? And this is what a lot of you guys need to keep in mind. Instagram, we're talking college football recruiting. The great Coach Ray Anderson is with us, baby. Works with a ton of great athletes in the Central Coast of California. What's up, Coach Ray? Thank you for joining us. We're also on YouTube, so click the link in our bio if you want to join us there. But guess what? A lot of people would love to be in Brock Purdy's situation, and guess why his situation is so hot? Because he landed in the right spot. He landed in the right spot. It's not about when you land. He would have loved to land in the first round, but it ended up being about where he landed, right? He was the same talent during the draft that he is now, but he landed in the right spot, you guys. And some of you guys just need to land in the right spot. Stop worrying about what you have today and what you don't have today. You may have something tomorrow. You may not have it till the middle of February. You may not have it until April, like Javarius Sims, who ended up in Central Michigan. But he ended up in the right spot. He didn't get his offer until April, until spring. This is one of our BYGP athletes. He may be listening tonight. He may be checking out the recording. Javarius Sims, we knew was a dog, just like we knew Jacob was. He didn't land in Central Michigan until late spring. And guess what? He got there and showed out and played as a true freshman. So who cares when you get it? Is it the right school? For Javarius, Central Michigan was the right school. All right. For Brock Purdy, the 49ers were the right organization, because now he's taking off like a rocket, may win a Super Bowl, may not, but he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid. And it's different now for you guys too. And I'm going to illustrate that. So what we want, you guys, I'm going to take a sip of water here. Instagram, what's going on? This is Coach Wood, College Football Recruiting Live Show. We're talking early signing period. We're talking about getting you guys close to the bat. We're talking about how you need to strategize. So, you guys, I see a comment. David Walker checking in. What's going on, superstar? Glad that you're joining. He's going to go play some big-time college football soon, too. This is what we want if you're watching the screen. If you're watching the screen, I actually like the early period. See, I've been doing this for years and years, almost 2 decades. I've been helping guys in my team. I got team members that have been doing this for years. But me personally, I've been helping young men get college football scholarships for over 2 decades. Formally, as Before You Go Pro, as a business, we've been doing this for about 17 years. So I take the emotions out of it. And it's business to me. It's maneuvers. It's sales. I go hard for the athletes that we have and the families. But for you guys, which I understand because I've been in your shoes, I've been waiting for my offer, just like you guys. It's emotional. It's emotional, you guys. But I love this time. As a business person that knows what's about to take place. Now, it's nerve-wracking as an athlete, as a parent, and that's why you guys are with us, because now you can listen to this and calm down a little bit. But for us, and for me and Coach Falls, Coach Jay, we love this time because we typically have athletes that get overlooked, that are great players. The Jacob De Jesus is overlooked, future college All-Americans who have been overlooked. The Javarius Sims, future true freshman starters who have been overlooked. Those are the kids we work with. Those are you guys that are watching this. You just haven't got your flowers yet. Okay? So, and there was a point in time, this guy, Brock Purdy, didn't have no flower. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about his jersey. Now a lot of people do. Okay, so this is why we like tomorrow. And keep in mind, it's not just tomorrow, you guys. The early signing period is going to go from tomorrow, Wednesday, all the way through Friday to the 22nd. Okay, and then it shuts down. It shuts down. Russ, I see you. We're talking college football recruiting with Coach Wood. Then it shuts down, you guys. So if you don't sign by Friday, it's okay, but you can't just sign on Saturday or sign next Monday. It shuts down for a second. Everybody go to enjoy your holidays. Go enjoy some peach cobbler, okay, and some turkey. So this is why we like it. This is why we like it. Because just like you see with this picture, with all this dust, the dust clears. A lot of the dust clears, you guys, after tomorrow. Right now, it's like this picture where everybody, all of these coaches, all of these recruiters in these college football programs, they're playing poker. And a lot of the kids that they're recruiting are playing poker as well, where people know what they think they know, if they got a good hand or not. And they think they know what the other teams are doing. And they think they know that they're going to get that kid that committed to sign. But nobody really starts knowing, you guys, until tomorrow. So tomorrow's good. The early period is good if I've got either if I'm busting my tail myself to get myself exposure and recruited, and I've got strategy, the right strategy, or if I'm with the program like Before You Go Pro that knows what they're doing, tomorrow is good because we get a lot of the dust to clear. A lot of the dust to clear. And for a lot of you guys that listen to us and rock with us, that's what you need to happen. Because you're going to keep getting slow played a little bit, or they're going to tell you they like your way, but you'll never really fully know until some dust clears. Okay. So tomorrow people have to start putting down their cards. Not all the cards are going to be put down on Instagram. Andy, I see you. We're talking college football recruiting. If you want to see what we're showing YouTube, go to the link in our bio, baby. Early signing period tomorrow. So you guys, cards start getting put down tomorrow. And Before You Go Pro, we do the math. We're looking at everybody's cards. We're seeing what's taking place. We're watching the dust clear, and then we can help you guys. Right? Okay. So some of the things that I want to give you guys some insight to some of the things we'll be doing, because we always give you game in the Recruiting Live show every Tuesday. We're always transparent, and we give you practical things that you guys can do to try to get yourself closer to an opportunity. Now, if you're with us, the reason why this is good is if you're with us, then you can relax and you know what we're doing. You know what we're doing on your behalf. Okay, so some of the things that take place for us for Before You Go Pro during an early signing period and all the way through an early signing period, you guys, is things like obviously checking to see what everybody got. So we'll go to some of the usual suspects, the 24/7 Sports. We'll go to that team's official website page. We'll check out what the media is saying in their area, and we'll start to be able to gather and get a feel for the cards that they put down, Okay. Instagram, I'm going to let you guys go now. If you guys do want to continue to watch what the Recruiting Live show is all about and get more information about how you can get closer to a college football scholarship, then click the link in our bio. You guys can join us on Instagram, okay? So I'm going to let you guys go. Click the link in our bio, and then you can join us on Instagram as we talk college football recruiting tips and tricks. Love you guys. Thank you. All right. So, you guys, dust clears, right? Dust clears. Then we get to really see what their cards look like, okay? And we get to see if they're bluffing us, they're BSing us, or not, if they're serious, and now they need help. So we'll go to things like 24/7 Sports. We'll go to the local news outlets. We'll go to that team's official website. Here's an example. This is San Diego State's official website. We are connected with San Diego State and Coach Lewis, who just came from my alma mater, Colorado, you guys. San Diego State, this is another thing you have to keep in mind, and this is part of the dust that has to clear. Part of the dust, you guys, is transfer portal kids getting taken off the board, high-rated high school kids getting taken off the board. Then those kids that aren't as high-rated, they move up, right? So if I still need somebody at quarterback or at linebacker, I just don't leave that hole blank. I've got to go get somebody, but I have to move somebody up, right? And then also coaching change stuff. So Coach Lewis just got to San Diego State 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. They just literally went through their first week of official visits. So of course, you guys, they're not going to be done with recruiting tomorrow. So what we want to do after early signing period, during early signing period and right after early signing period, and if you're not with us, you have to do this on your own. You have to do the math. You have to see who signed everybody, what positions, and all of that. Then after you gather that information, you have that to utilize and to reach out to those schools. But then also you want to approach those schools that you know are behind in recruiting. A school like San Diego State would be behind on recruiting, but you got to be a Division I level athlete. But they would be behind on recruiting. They're not going to sign everybody they need tomorrow. There's no way they could do that. The coach just got there, and they've only had 1 week of official visits. But guess what? They're going to be pressing the gas pedal to get that done. They're going to be pressing the gas pedal to figure out who else they're going to sign and who else they're going to offer as a PWO. Now, with that being said, we're doing our math, right? And seeing who got who. And this is what we do as a company. You do this for yourself if you're not with us, or you do the smart thing and you join the family. We got to do the math. We got to go after schools that we know are late because of coaching change, whatever. And then we got to go after schools that are low-hanging fruit in the terms of terrible seasons, and you know that they're probably bad at recruiting if they're bad in football, especially if the coach has been there a while. It's not a first-year deal. And then, you know, you're going after schools that are traditional to keeping it traditional with recruiting. And what I mean by keeping it traditional with recruiting, I mean that they prioritize high school athletes. There are still, in this crazy day, now once again, this isn't as much at the D2, D3, NAIA level. I'm talking to you guys mostly at the D1 level. And then if you guys can know how to manage the D1 level, then you'll definitely know how to manage those other levels. Okay. So with that being said, we're doing the math. We're looking at schools that we know are late with recruiting, and this happens at the D2, D3 level, NAIA level too. Schools, I don't have anything in my pocket. I've been evaluated as a D2 prospect. There are going to be some schools late with D2 recruiting. They're later in the February anyway, just because of the timeline, but they're going to be later through February if they get a coach late. It's the same thing. But we're talking D1 now. So let's talk San Diego State. We know San Diego State is late with recruiting. We know they'll be signing guys into February. We know that they'll be giving PWOs into February. So guess what? If you like San Diego State and you've got that type of talent, just relax. Just relax. You got to be proactive, but relax. It's not going to be all done tomorrow. I also just talked to UMass today. We talked to schools on a daily basis. UMass just told me, no way we're going to be done tomorrow. No way we're going to be done tomorrow. Okay. That's another Division I program. So you guys, then we're looking at schools that will traditionally recruit high school kids and prioritize them still in this crazy day and age of the transfer portal. What type of schools are like that, Coach Wood? Schools that say it. So check this article out. Aztec's recruiting focus remains on high schools, but first-year Sean Lewis will supplement with transfers. So he's telling you right here in the news. Now, hopefully he's being sincere. We'll end up seeing how his recruiting class, his first one, shapes out. But he's telling you right here, he prefers to go with high school kids first. Why does he prefer that? Think about why he would prefer that. Once again, I'm trying to teach you the business of recruiting. I'm trying to teach you the philosophies of some of the coaches and programs so you go after the right ones. Why would he think, I still want to stick with some high school kids? He would think that probably because he came from Kent State, I believe, either Kent State or Toledo. I want to say Kent State, before he was the OC at Colorado, where what? At that school, they're mostly going to probably use high school kids still and maybe supplement, like he said, with some transfer portal kids. Then he went to Colorado and was the OC last year. And think about what Colorado did. Colorado flipped the whole program and went with nothing but transfer kids pretty much. And that didn't really work out so well for Coach Lewis. So now he's at San Diego State, and he probably wants to do things more like when he was the head coach at Kent State and just supplement with JC Kids. So San Diego State very well may be, you guys, a program that tries its best to still look at high school kids first. So that might be a school I look at. A school like UC Davis. A school like UC Davis would stick to just high school kids. A school like Stanford, because it's very, very tough academically. And a lot of times the kids can't transfer well to those schools if they're already at a university. So they prefer to go with high school kids with high academic standards. It just fits their formula. So I'm telling you guys this because, one, we get the dust to clear tomorrow. But two, we're also tactically going at schools that make sense for our athletes that we know will still mess with high school kids. Now, we do have some portal kids with Before You Go Pro, but all of our portal kids are kids that we've known since high school. So, if a school is looking for a portal kid like this, where you see the great Coach Alonzo Carter, and I told you we talk to schools on a daily basis. This is just today. This is just or yesterday. I saw it today, but this happened yesterday. And he said, we're looking for JC or portal tackle, a JC or a portal tackle. So if you are a Division I JC or portal tackle, and somehow you just stumbled across this content right now, then you got a plus. You got a plus for joining us, because now you know a secret that we already knew, is that they want a JC. There's a spot open for a JC portal or tackle. Now, if we had one with us right now, we've got high school kids at that position. But if we had one right now, then we would be pitching them. We would be pitching them. Okay. But we know that information because we do the calls. We have the relationships. All right. So a lot of dust clears tomorrow. A lot of dust clears tomorrow. But these are the schools you need to go after. Okay. So there's schools that will stick primarily to high school kids. The ones who tell you, the ones who have high academic standings, and then the ones who are just in the middle of nowhere, you guys, like South Dakota, which is a good team, but there aren't as many portal kids rushing to South Dakota. South Dakota knows that, so their coaches don't go as heavy in the portal, all right? They don't go as heavy in the portal. So maybe I've been evaluated as an FBS level athlete, but I don't have an FBS level scholarship right now. Tomorrow's the early signing period. Coach got me a little more calm. I was stressed, but Coach Wood got me a little more calm. But maybe I go after an FCS program like a South Dakota. I'm a mountain man. I don't mind being a little bit out there. And it's a great program. And there's probably not people beating down their coach's door, and DMing them every 5 minutes. And I know they're not going to go heavy in the portal because it's South Dakota. And Coach Wood just told me that. Or maybe I've got a 4.0 or a 3.8. And I could play at a school like UC Davis. And I know they're not going to go heavy in the portal. Also, they just got a new head coach, so I know they're delayed because of that. I'm going to go at UC Davis. But hear me on this, you guys. When you go at UC Davis, be patient. Just like Coach Lewis, they may not get back to you right away. It's going to take multiple shots because they're busy. There's things going on in their personal life. It's Christmas for them too, So be patient. Just because you don't hear back right away doesn't mean it's not coming to you. But like Brock Purdy, just because he didn't hear from the Niners in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round, didn't mean his opportunity wasn't coming. It was just coming in the seventh round. And then look where he is today. So you guys, tomorrow the dust clears. The dust clears. All right. Now, when you're looking at schools, you want to stick to your region, just like this picture. So if I'm in California, I want to stick to the Western region. Then I'm looking for who? I'm looking for schools that say they're still looking for high school kids or JC kids. I'm looking for the ones that are traditionally still looking at high school and JC kids and that are not going all portal. Now, you guys don't want to, and this is what we're good at with Before You Go Pro. A lot of guys waste time because you're shooting up the place, you're machine gunning the place, you're DMing all the coaches. I'm trying to teach you guys how to be snipers. Now, snipers in this industry still have to take multiple shots. But how many shots does a sniper have to take? A sniper in real life only take a one shot. So where that kid on your team, your teammate, is DMing 400 coaches, if you stick to some of the principles that we're teaching you, or you're with us, maybe you're just hitting up 50. Maybe you're just hitting up 40. Maybe you're just hitting up 20. But it's a lot more calculated. All right. And then keep in mind, all you need is one. All you need is one to say, hey, you still available? We got money for you. Come on. But you guys, we have February. Now, if you're hoping Power 5, we're going to have to get strategic to get you to Power 5. That's most likely that's not going to be, none of you guys are going to get a scholarship Power 5 level if you don't have it now. We'll have to get strategic to get you to that Power 5 school. And we'll talk about that offline. But there's a lot of opportunity, you guys. Like I said, I just talked to UMass. They're not going to be done. I just showed you, no way San Diego State's going to be done. And there's a lot of other teams like that. Okay. So you guys, we're snipers. We're sniper shooting this thing. So we get to the money faster than everybody else and let them other people get left behind. Okay. All right. But we got time. So relax. Next week, we're going to talk about how to do the math on a roster, And what I mean by that is, schools have roster limitations. They have a limit on how many players can be on their team. They have a limit on how many scholarships. They have a limit, for the most part, on how many they'll have at each position. So there's a way to do the math where you can look at the roster, you can look at who they signed, and you can kind of know if they still have a spot available. Now, it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to you. It doesn't mean that they don't have somebody they're thinking about for that spot. But you can kind of guess, hey, that school may have a spot available. And then if I'm a player that's an FBS level player, and I'm thinking this FCS school level has a spot available, and I send them my film, and I'm really like an FBS level talent, then they should be elated. They should be super surprised to have me come knock on their door. All right. So next week, we'll talk a little bit about how to figure out if a school may still have some opportunity as you look at their roster and as you look through the early signing period and who they signed. Okay. We'll also be bringing in some coaches. We'll also be bringing in some players who are signing and getting recruited so you guys can hear some of their stories and some of their advice. But you guys, very, very exciting times right now. And if you are a hard worker, if you guys are listening to our strategies and executing, or if you guys are with us, then you guys are going to get yours. All right. You guys are going to get yours. And if you're with us, we're going to help you strategize. So with that being said, if you are not with us, please check us out. Go to www.beforeyougopro.com. You guys, this truly is a labor of love for me and my team. This is a ministry. This is something we work hard on. You scroll down to the bottom of the page, hit the sign up link, and you can find out more information about our program. If you guys have any comments or questions, concerns about your situation, feel free to put that in the comment section right now, and we can get those answered for you guys. We have a database where all of our athletes are placed on. We only accept 10 athletes at each position, you guys. And we only work with the class of 2024. So we're only focused on the athletes who are ready to go off. If you know somebody who is a younger player, or you're watching this, you're younger, you're going to get a ton of value from this content. Hopefully you don't need support maybe if you tap in with us, but we only work with the kids who are ready to go. We're ready to go, and we're going to package them up and get them off to college, okay? So we put them all on a database. We only accept 10 per position. That is the max, so very, very exclusive program that you are listening to right now. And then we get all those boys off to college. They have access to our fraternity, to a membership portal, and to, of course, all of our weekly content. And then, of course, all of our relationships. They're the first ones we pitch whenever we know what a school needs, okay? Whatever we know what a school needs. So you guys, that's what's taking place. That's what's taking place right now in the college football industry. Everybody is focused on recruiting. Most team seasons are done, but like I said, there's a lot of chaos for a lot of these teams because they're also playing in bowl games. So really think about it, you guys. You may not be hearing from that school because they're getting ready for a bowl game and they're focused on not losing their own kids and a couple of kids out of the portal. And then they're going to get through their bowl game. They're going to get through the early sign-in period, and then a little dust will clear, and then they'll know more about what they need, and then maybe they'll get back to you, okay? Or maybe you'll know what they need, and you can go pursue them, All right. So that's what this is all about, you guys. This is about being strategic and mindful about how we go about the recruiting process. Okay. So I'm going to check and see if we have any comments. Hopefully, this has brought value to you guys. That book right there over my shoulder. And then you see the picture. That's my recruiting day right there. That's me and my mom, rest in peace, my coach behind me. I went to a Catholic school. That's the priest behind me. And I've already been through what's going to take place tomorrow. And there's nothing like it. And that's why we do this, because we want you guys to get to that moment too. That book right next there, that brings you through it. That brings you through it. So if you haven't read that book, you definitely want to get the Before You Go Pro book. You can go to our website, www.beforeyougopro.com, and grab that book. You can reach out to us, and I'll give you a free audio version of that book. But that tells you a lot. Now, let me get to some questions and what's going on. I see Will McKissick. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the knowledge. Yes, indeed. I know you have a young one in your home. So if for some reason you're still looking for a home for him, would love to chat with you and see if we can help out. You should start a 7-on-7 club. That's interesting, Ari. I definitely appreciate that. And then, or a prep academy for high school, JC kid. Yeah, it's just interesting the times we're in. It's very interesting. And to be honest with you, the high school kids are getting left behind. But also be open to the fact where it's not all doom and gloom, you guys, because never before, and this is why you want to be strategic before I let you go. And then once again, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please put those in the chat right now. But this is why you want to be strategic. Never before, you guys, has there been as many resources, tools, and opportunities for athletes to make moves once they get to college. So it is highly likely, you guys, that someone can go to a Division II school and move up to an FCS or a FBS. It's highly likely that somebody could be at an FCS or a Group of 5 FBS and move up to a Power 5. It is highly likely. So where you guys may be getting put on the back burner a little bit for high school, if you go to the right situation, Brock Purdy style, it darn near doesn't matter where you go. The recruiting light is still on. The recruiting open sign is still on for you. The recruiting process and game is always on for you guys now. That's a good way to look at it, actually, is that you're never done with recruiting now with the way the portal is and the way that these coaches are prioritizing the portal. You guys are never done with recruiting. When I signed back in 1997 to go to University of Colorado, for the most part, when guys signed, they were done with recruiting. There were still transfers, but it was very minimal. You guys are always green light recruiting. Coach, look at you wrong. Guys are jumping in the transfer portal. And then, of course, the guys who are balling out all conference, especially if they're young, they're moving up. So you guys keep that in mind. It's not doom and gloom. I didn't get what I wanted right now in the early period, and I'm not going to sign in February. No, you very well may sign in February. It's not doom and gloom. I didn't sign right at the beginning of February, and now I'll never play D1 football. No, you may go to an FCS school or a D2 school and then move up. We've got a young man. I'm not going to mention his name right now, but we've got a quarterback where I think that's what he should do. One of our close connections is now coaching at a Division II school, and he's going to throw the ball all over the place, and he knows how to coach quarterbacks. And this kid wants to be an FBS quarterback, and he has an FBS PWO. But it may be better for him to go to the D2 school with the coach who has coached Pat Mahomes, who has worked with Cliff Kingsbury, who has been an OC at Colorado and who just worked with Chip Kelly. Maybe it's better to go with him at the D2 level, throw for 4,000 yards, and then instead of PWO, you're getting an FBS scholarship. Okay, maybe I go to the FCS school, and then now I'm getting a Power 5 scholarship. So Now is the time to be more strategic than ever, you guys. And now the recruiting door is never closed. The recruiting door is never closed for you guys. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind as you're listening to schools that are recruiting you, or as you're thinking about schools that you may want to pursue. I think Reardon can win the WCAL this year. They have a good QB in line. Yeah, yeah, and that's my alma mater, Reardon. So always rooting for Reardon. But yes, they got everything. Coach Adair up there, Coach Terrell Henderson, the rest of the staff. Amazing job. The WCL is no joke. The WCAL, for those that don't know, it's called the West Catholic Athletic League. And if you are in the San Francisco Bay Area, probably the East Bay, South Bay of the Bay Area, and you got some talent coming out of Little League, then somebody in the WCL is going to scoop you up. So that league is no joke. And yes, I do agree with you, Ari. They are very close to a championship, which of course I would love. And by the way, I was on the staff, just a little fun fact, that was a part of the last CCS championship. We need a state championship though, but I was on the staff at the last CCS championship there. So definitely appreciate it. Does anybody have, hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of tonight's show. Once again, Coach Wood, if you do need recruiting support and you're coming across this content, or you know somebody who may need recruiting support and you're coming across this content, please, you guys, share with them. Also, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put in a lot of work. There is a team behind this. We also have the Locker Room Show every single Thursday where we bring in somebody from the industry, you guys, to serve you and share their story and also advice with you guys every single Thursday. So please like and subscribe so we can get the algorithms to pump out our channel to as many football players, parents, and coaches that are out there as possible, because as you can see, we really care, and hopefully people get a lot out of our content. So you guys, please like, subscribe, and share, and then you get notifications on when we're publishing new content. You coached Bell, huh? Yes. I coach Coach Darius Bell, who's doing an amazing job. I love that young man. And he's at Sarah High School, which just lost the state title, unfortunately, to Modern Day. But he is an up-and-coming, big-time coach, and he has always been a superstar and an amazing football mind. So, yes, I coach Darius Bell. I love Coach Darius Bell, and he's going to be one that you guys hear about in the coaching world for sure. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Unless anybody has any last comments, questions, or concerns, we are definitely going to let you go. And then once again, www before you go pro, or at before you go pro on social media. So that's Twitter, obviously YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're there, baby. We're there 24/7, and we're serving. We're serving. I don't know anybody else who really serves like us. So you guys, love you. And if you're one of our football players, then you know yours is coming. All right. So relax, baby. Keep working hard, and we'll be talking to you guys. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.